Hello everybody, Stuart from Content Villain here, and whilst we are planning on launching Middleman today, I thought it would be good to walk through the documentation for Middleman, which will help you understand what it is and how you can use it. This has been a long time coming. I'm very excited to finally get this out there. We will be making a better version online than having it in a Google Doc, but because we're scrappy and I just wanted to get this out and get the initial feedback from alpha users, I thought this was the way to do it today. So the Middleman documentation will tell you how you can use the product and how you can get responses from it. There are a lot of questions and concerns in this space about using a product like Middleman, but judging by all of the terms and conditions and usage guidelines that I've read, this is fully compliant. So I'm excited to share it with you today. First of all, if you want to use Middleman, you must be on our Power User plan. If you're not on the Power User plan, you won't get a key that's valid for it. So it's as simple as that. Second thing is that all Middleman requests need to go to this URL here using the post method. You'll need to include the following information. So we have two header fields, which are fairly straightforward, an explainer of what they are. Every request needs to have a model field in it with a capital M, and this will let us know what model you want to pull from. All of the models in Middleman have been approved and they're ready to go. And this is simply just another interface of you doing that. And everything that gets sent to Middleman is checked by the content cartel, and they have the ultimate authority on whether to reject or send that data to you. And by using Middleman, you agree to that step, and that is our human in the loop process. The other fields that we have are input fields. We have input 1, input 2, input 3, up to input 10. It very much depends on which model it is and how many inputs it has. Obviously, if we're going for something like business ideas where we just have what is your passion, that is one field. So input 1 is all you would need to use the business ideas model. Then we have our responses. We've set this up to return various different things based on what happens. You will get a 201 response with your output returned in JSON if the content cartel have agreed that you can have that data. You will get a 403 response if the request you have made has hit the filter from the AI provider. We don't have much say over this, and as part of using the AI, we have to agree to use the filter. So, we can give them feedback on this and try and get things changed. If you have a use case that you find is hitting the filter that shouldn't be, then let us know. We'd love to hear. But yeah, this is something that happens. It keeps us all safe and keeps everyone using the tool responsibly. So I'm all for it. Then we have a 401 code. This is a rejected code. This can happen if the content cartel think that the output is poor quality. Maybe there's errors in it. Maybe it's just having a wild AI moment and coming up with something crazy. There are various reasons why something might be rejected here, and if it is, then you will get the 401, and then it's the way it is. And then we have a 400 response, which is just invalid API key. If you try and send a request with an API key which is not valid, then it will return that. So then we have all of the different models, and they're all in this table here. And you can see, like I said earlier with the business ideas, for the the details, we have the model name. The model name is important as you need to pair it with that model field here. So you need to put model, and then you need to put the model name as it appears here, and you will be good. And then we have an explainer, quick explainer of what these are. It's pretty obvious what they are, but you can read that if you want. And then we have the what inputs field. And here we have a double space for some reason. Here we have input 1, because this one is only one input, with what is your passion. So you'd know what this is, and you can build that into the request that you send. If you're doing the growth ideas, you see we have input 1 and input 2, and it's asking for the product title and the product description. So you'd know that to map the input 1 to the product title and input 2 to the product description, and so on and so on. You know, we've added all the models that we have, and I hope that you can enjoy using this. And you know, we'll improve this documentation as we go. It's very crude, but it's raw and ready, as I like to say. So then, if we come down to the bottom here, we've included a few examples of how to do requests, so to help you better understand what the format is and how to put these together. And we'll provide a few examples so it can help you be successful. And I love to talk about business ideas. It's my go-to example because it's very quick and easy. So you see here, I've put in a table, business idea request. We have post request to this URL. What header fields do we need? We need this one with the key. We need content type with application/JSON in it. And then the body fields, we need the model, which is going to be paired to business ideas, because that's the model name. And it's a single input, like we mentioned above. So we put input 1, and then we put what that is. I love Warhammer and painting miniature figurines. And to see the whole curl request, it is here. So you see curl, we have the URL, we have the header fields, we have the data fields. And if you send that with a valid key, then it's going to be sent to the content cartel, and they are going to make a decision on whether to give you that data or not. And unless it's unsafe or something bad, then you're always going to get it. So it's a process that we have to do. Generally, it will be a process of authorizing the majority of the outputs. It's just a way that we can keep an eye on poor quality, and also if anyone is abusing the product, because we can't allow anything to do with politics, we can't allow any sort of social media spam, and we can't allow any automated sensitive writing, such as to do with politics, economics, medical stuff, or culturally sensitive stuff. And I've written that in the post introducing Middleman, so please do read that. And if you have any questions about use cases, then we'd advise you to reach out. I will be sort of reaching out to everyone who is wanting to use the Middleman product, and we will be we'll be asking them what they're doing with it and what their plans are, because it helps us to improve and it helps us to sort of understand the use cases and make sure that everything runs smoothly. And then finally, at the bottom here, I added another example of the Airbnb descriptions model, because we have, obviously, this one only shows one input, whereas this one shows one with 10 inputs. So this is a lot bigger, and it's just showing you that everything is just mapped to these input 1, input 2, input 3, etc. So we have the model name, Airbnb descriptions. You see all of this is the same above here. And these are sort of the variables. These values are always going to be the same. The model is going to change based on what you need, and the inputs are going to change based on what you need. So we have input 1, which is mapped to location. We have input 2, which is mapped to property type. We have input 3, which is mapped to amenities. Input 4 is key features. Input 5 is bedrooms. Input 6 is max occupancy. Input 7 is the amount of bathrooms. Input 8 is nearby. What is nearby? Input 9 is what view does it have? And input 10 is what style is the property. So all of that is like that. And then again, I've just added the car request. So you can see everything here and see exactly how it is to be used. So I hope this is all pretty straightforward. I will be making some more guides and sort of interactive stuff with how you can use this and how it can be useful for you. But for now, I want to let some people on. I'm a bit nervous, a bit anxious, but you know, it's a long time coming. We've built it in a way to be fully compliant, and it's just another way of using Content Villain. And Content Villain has been approved, and you know, we're very cautious of ensuring that we stay on the right side, but we also push the boundaries of innovation in this space. And I'm delighted that Middleman is going to do that. So yeah, stick around. Lots of fun stuff still to come. Try it out for yourself if you are on one of our power user plans at Content Villain. That's contentvillain.com, your partner in crime for great content online. Thank you.